Hi foodies, how are you doing today? We're going to be making some honey Hennessy wings. These are going to be baked, but they are going to be nice and crispy. Let's get into this. So the first thing we have to do is put together this dry seasoning mixture, and we are adding baking powder today because that baking powder is going to crisp up the skin. So the mixture of salt and baking powder just dries out the surface of the chicken skin and gives you a crispy finish without deep frying. So if you're a person that prefers to bake your wings, this is a good technique to use. So just remember, it's not baking soda, we are using baking powder. All right, so let's set this aside and then we are going to do the rest of the prep. Okay guys, so for the chicken wings, I have some split wings here and these are really tiny. I pat dried them already, but I'm just gonna pat dry them again. You want to do this because you want the surface of the skin to be really dry to get a crispy wing. And we're just gonna toss all of this together. Once these are tossed together, then we get our tray ready. So I have a baking rack on top of a baking tray. I will be spraying the rack just to prevent the chicken from sticking to it. So I'll just use some cooking spray all over, and then we will just lay the wings on the rack and just give them some space in between. We'll be using a high temperature, guys. Make sure your oven is preheated to 425 degrees. And we're going to bake these for 20 minutes and work on our glaze at the same time. So let's work on the glaze. Remember, this is not diet food, okay? So just bear that in mind. We're going to go in with some butter and garlic and then some other ingredients to make this really nice Hennessy honey glaze. Now what we're trying to do here is we're trying to just cook up the garlic, but we want it to be more of a golden brown. We don't want it to burn. So I have my heat here medium, not too high. Once you start seeing that golden brown, just add your brown sugar and then we'll go on with the other ingredients. I'm going to be adding the Hennessy now, guys. I didn't start out with the Hennessy because I didn't want it to completely evaporate before, simmering the other ingredients. So stir this in and we'll continue to make this glaze. Once you add the soy sauce, allow the sauce to simmer until it gets syrupy and then check on the chicken. So you'll notice, guys, the skin looks really dry and that's what we're trying to achieve. We want it really crispy. We are going to flip things over because we want the skin to be evenly cooked. So flip all of this over, put it back in the oven at the same temperature for another 20 minutes. Now we will check on the glaze to see how it's going. So it will look really liquidy, and that's fine. You can leave it like this, or you can just keep simmering it over low to medium heat until it reduces, and then just keep checking on your wings. So I'm taking these out now, guys, and look at that beautiful, beautiful color. So this is the last time. We're gonna flip things over, put it back in the oven to finish crisping up. Now I want you to remember that sometimes the chicken wings are really small, sometimes they're bigger. So just bear that in mind. You will notice that the bone, there won't be any red or pink coming from that area once the wings are done. And then we'll check on the glaze. See? Nicely reduced. Remember that this is a glaze, guys. You don't need to add cornstarch. Now, because we cooked some of the Hennessy and it has evaporated a bit, we're going to be adding a splash of Hennessy at the end, and then we won't cook the sauce anymore. We'll just stir that in and let it sit on the stove. This step is optional, of course, but the reason I'm adding the Hennessy at the last minute here is just to give you that fresh taste of Hennessy on the wings. So let's take that beautiful chicken out of the oven. Look at that, guys. The coating is so crispy, and this is without deep frying it. Now, I love me some deep fried wings, trust me, but this is another way, you know, if you want to switch things up. The coat is completely crispy, so it's gonna hold up to that glaze. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna toss everything together. Once it's tossed together, you want to serve this right away because you want it to be served hot and you want to taste that nice crispy skin. It's beautiful, guys. It's absolutely delicious. Trust me, you're gonna love this one. It's really nice for games night, movie night, even dinner or appetizer. There's so many meals you could use this for. But I hope you enjoy the recipe, and let me know below how you enjoyed that technique of using the baking powder to crisp up the skin of the chicken. And let me know if you will try this baked or if you're going to be deep frying it and using the glaze. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.